Hi, welcome to today's episode of Tomorrow's Leader, where we dive deep on all things leader related to leading yourself and leading others. I'm John Laurito, your host. I've got a great guest with me today with a great story. Her name is Indy Gregg. She's the founder and CEO of Wedo, company over the last 2 years that's grown significantly. So Indy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, my pleasure. For those who are not watching and just listening, you've got a really cool backdrop behind you, and I guess your guy behind you, his name is Wes. Is that right, or did I mess it up?
Yeah, we nicknamed him Wes. Yeah,
what's the significance of him?
He represents the trinity of business, so the relationship or the equality, and generally represents equality. But if you have community or the customer at the bottom, and you have the investment or stakeholders, and then you have the company and the team, and the way that, should be dosed in equal measures, that we pay attention to all three.
I love it. I love it. That's a constant everyday reminder when you got him behind you there.
Yeah, he's pretty imposing. He's
a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's taller than me.
Well, there's a lot I want to talk about in a short period of time here. I know that the listeners will be interested in your story. So you started Wedo 2 years ago. It started with 4 or 5 of you. It's now grown significantly. You've got your team all over the place. It's 29 of you now. Let's just start with that story. I mean, you've done something that less than a fraction of 1% of entrepreneurs and startups do. What do you credit to that? I mean, what's some of the things that you've learned in building a company that fast?
Oh, well, I think, I guess hindsight is always 2020. And I think that we learn mostly from our failures. So I've had plenty of those throughout my life. But I've had plenty of success as well. So don't feel too sorry for me. But I think, just choosing people who are determined and who have a great work ethic, and building a team of people who have diverse skills that aren't like you is one of the main things that helped us grow quickly. Just getting the right skill sets in at the right time in the growth of a company.
So let me ask you, how deliberate are you with that? So is it more of, hey, you're aware and looking for the skills that complement you when you're interviewing people, or are you specifically have in mind certain skills and competencies that you are recruiting for?
Both. So when you're starting out, you don't necessarily have a bunch of budget to hire. So you try to find people who have diverse skills and who can help you grow the company and come in kind of in a co-founder type of status. We didn't raise capital for a really long time. So I was looking for people and kind of choosing people from my life already. Right. So I think, I think it's both. I think choosing skills that are diverse and different than your skills so that you can fill the gaps together. And then as you grow, you're specifically looking for a set of skills to own a lane, and ownership and accountability is part of that. And then as you grow a little bit bigger, you're looking for people who can help do the heavy lifting, as well as lead a group of the heavy lifters. So a little bit of all.
So what is that or chronology look like, the order of events in terms of hiring people? When you started back 2 years ago, you had a small group of 4 or 5. What type of person or what type of role did you then realize you needed? What was kind of next for you?
Well, we started with a group of small creatives and tech people. I have a tech background and a design background. So we had a couple of designers and a gal who works in marketing. He was doing some ops for us and still is, but she's moved into marketing. And then as we grew, as we developed and we were able to raise capital, at that point, we decided, okay, now it's time to hire people because it just kept getting busier and busier. So it's just a natural progression. You kind of know when your bandwidth is so run out that you need someone else, in the loop.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk a little bit about the company. What is Wedo? What do you do? What, no pun intended. What is it all about?
Well, what we do at Wedo is we enable people. So we are enabling small businesses, entrepreneurs, and freelancers with an end-to-end networking platform that's supported by banking services and invoicing and contracting. So if you can imagine video and audio streaming services connected to file sharing, so you can serve a client, or you can, do a concert or sell a ticket or sell an event, and combining that all seamlessly with chat, video, file share, invoicing, contracting, and banking. And we issue you a debit card so you deploy your money as well in 38 currencies. We're kind of an all-in-one business in a box social networking device, essentially.
Interesting. So do you find first of all, what's the growth been? So how many users do you have at this point?
We've got 37,000 in our weight room. We bring in about 500 every week. We're launching in September in the United States. We're covering UK and Europe, so we're a little bit ahead in the UK and Europe right now, but we launch in Las Vegas and we'll be at Money 2020. So yeah, we're hoping to grow, through the network effects and through some marketing and PR, but we're in the early stages still. We're 2 years old, but we're marching on.
Yeah, well, that's tremendous progress that you've made in a really short period of time. So what do you think? I mean, what's the vision for the company when you look out 5 years, 10 years? What does it look like?
Well, we'd like to help millions of people. I think right now the world is changing. We're in a knowledge-based society, going into one, and coming out of work that was from the early 1900s, when manufacturing was more important. So now we're moving into knowledge-based. The internet and services, digital services, are becoming more and more important for people, and work is changing. So we believe that people should be able to be anywhere in the world, anytime, anywhere, any place. And if they have a mobile phone or an internet connection, they should be able to pick up that phone and be able to work, right? Mm-hmm. And we're looking at digital nomads, fractional work, where people are being divided amongst 1 or 2 or 3 companies rather than having one 9 to 5. And we believe that this offers freedom and flexibility for people and can help remove the barrier to entry. Upwork and Fiverr take like 20% of a freelancer's income, just as an example. We don't do that. We remove that because everyone needs a bank and everybody needs to have transactions, right? So we just apply a flat 3%, and we hopefully will save that inflationary, like add 20% on, then the SME who hires you is paying more, and you're going to build that into your margins. And it just seems incredible. Half the world's workforce will be freelance by 2027. Half. That's huge. So we can't continue this way,
Yeah,
with 20% in between.
So is that what you see as the future? Let's talk about the future of work. Is that where you see things going? Is that there's just this larger momentum and trend toward independent freelancers?
I think not just independent freelancers, but also small businesses and startups, and technical startups especially, will be more fractional, more remote in the future. They already are. I mean, tech people have been working remotely for, over a decade, maybe longer, online. But more and more people who have services, who have talent, knowledge, and skills, who aren't fixed to a desk, are working remotely. If COVID taught us anything, that it's that remote working is a thing, right? Mm-hmm. And now what that does is it enables people to be able to live their lives and go anywhere. So we're seeing more and more countries add digital nomad visas so that people can just, their work may be, in Japan or in South America, but they can go to America and work, or they can go to France and work. And that creates opportunities, especially in the millennial generation. We see the age 30 and under, more and more people traveling, experiencing the world, and experience is extremely important to that generation. And I think that their work lives are going to be more balanced and more flexible. And hopefully we build a society with more happy people.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. And I like where that ends, where it gets everybody to a happy place and a productive place. If people want to learn more about Wedo and the company and you, and learn more about what it is, where do they go? How do they do it?
Well, our website's wedo.ai. Of course, they can download the app in iOS and Android. It's Wedo, or if you search WEDO, you're going to find it. And yeah, online, I'm Indiana Gregg. That's my @ handle. And for the company, it's WeDo_HQ. So if you want to see the crazy Wes getting up to no good, we have a live Wes that runs around in a crazy yellow suit. You can catch that on Instagram and the usual suspects.
Excellent. Well, I'll be sure to check it out. This has been terrific. Indy, congrats, first of all, on all your success. And I know you're just scratching the surface and getting started. So my guess is you've got a lot ahead of you, a lot of great success. I will certainly be checking out and downloading the app and getting involved. So as I'm sure many of our listeners are, but I appreciate you joining us today. This has been great.
I appreciate you having me here.
You got it.
Really grateful. Thank you.
You got it. And thanks all for joining today. We've been here with Indy Gregg, who's the founder and CEO of Wedo. We'll have all the info in the show notes, the links, everything. Check it out. Download the app. I think you'll gain a lot from that. As always, appreciate you joining. Like, share, subscribe. Go down below, give a 5-star review, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.